Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. October 21st, 2014. I'm Hollywood J. Williams along with John Zimmerman. This is the Squared Circle, and yesterday we got the unfortunate news of the passing of Douglas Oxbaker. Great friend of the show, great friend of the wrestling community here in Connecticut and worldwide, as a matter of fact, and great guy. I remember personally we had him. The show was on prior to this, the Top Rope.
Yep, and we had him on our show as well.
Right.
We interviewed him at one of the PWA events, which he was a huge fan of, as you can see. We had a moment of silence
Absolutely.
for Oxbaker, and Joseph von Schmidt from PWA viewed him as a father figure and a mentor.
Absolutely. And
our hearts go out to Joseph von Schmidt and the entire wrestling community and family and friends of Oxbaker.
The people that he influenced so many people out there, and we had him on the Top Rope. It was his birthday.
Yeah.
Back in 2012, I believe. So we had birthday cake for him afterwards, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I remember just talking to him, and he grabbed me, he started shaking me, and there's this old guy, and he's like larger than life.
Yeah, yeah. And he still had a lot of kick in him at the end, and he got involved in some of the matches at the PWA events, and was ringside, and he was still sharp as a tack, and he helped anybody that would listen to him. With ring psychology, and he analyzed our matches, after the event, and he was just always willing to help out, and just a great guy, as opposed to his, I like to hurt people persona, but he was just a sweetheart. He really was. It was always nice to myself and my sons, and and anybody that approached him. He was just a wonderful fella.
The man was tough as nails.
Yeah.
He was a good. I can't say enough about him.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, it seems a lot of people agree with us.
Right. He was born April 19th, 1934. They billed him as 6'5". His weight 340 pounds. From Waterloo, Iowa. Trained by Buddy Austin, Pat O'Connor, and Bob Geigel.
Yep.
You're going back.
Yeah.
Decades in the business.
Yeah.
There was a big push to get him into the WWE Hall of Fame, even though he never actually worked for Vince.
Right. Well, I mean, the WWE did do a tribute to them on their page as well.
Right.
And that acknowledging his contribution to the sport. And I still, in his day, it was a sport.
Exactly. And even though they didn't really mention him on Raw, except for one point in time, JBL mentioned him during a match.
Yeah, which I found, I don't know, I wish they had done something.
I wish they did a little more than that, but at least JBL stepped up to the plate.
Right. But as I said, on the WWE website, they did mention it.
Right. He was famous for his finishing move, the Heart Punch, sometimes called the Hurt Punch. After his famous catchphrase, "I love to hurt people."
That's correct.
And he appeared in several movies, including Blood Circus, and everybody remembers Escape from New York.
Do we have that clip?
We did have a clip from Escape from New York. We can play the clip from Escape from New York. Kurt Russell was in there fighting Oxbaker, but I don't know if that's exactly the clip or not. But
well, let's roll it anyway. Bean footage.
Do remember that?
Oh yeah. What a great movie all around. But you can see Ox in that and several other feature films. And I believe he was a guest on a Connecticut film more recently in the last couple of weeks, Pinwheel.
Pinwheel.
I believe is the working title. Several of Connecticut's independent wrestlers are involved in this. And if you go if you go on to Facebook and internet and you look at Pinwheel, the
one I kidded around about not having a spot in Hollywood J. Williams.
Right. But you can see Ron Zombie's got a spot in it. Joseph von Schmidt was on set. Quite a few other of the local independent wrestlers. So I'm looking forward to that, and more than likely that'll be his last, Ox Baker's last appearance in a feature film.
Exactly.
So again, our heart goes out to Ox Baker's family and friends and extended family in the wrestling community.
Definitely. He was like a father to Pete.
Yeah.
Joseph von Schmidt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's taken aback by it. We're here to memorialize him.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And I know our guests, which we'll get to, have some stories and some interesting comments, about Ox and meeting him and and having some encounters.
Mm-hmm.
But
definitely.
What else can you tell us about him?
What else can I tell you? I got a whole list of accomplishments. I don't know if I'm going to go through every last one of them. All-Star Pro Wrestling out of New Zealand. He was NWA Australian Tag Team Championship. He had that with King Kamaka. Never heard of the guy, but American Wrestling Association. He was the Midwest, had the Midwest Tag Championship with Rock Rogowski. He had the 3 times. Guy Claw and the Great Kusatsu, California Alley Club. He was Championship Wrestling from Florida, NWA Florida Tag Team Championship 1 time with a superstar, Billy Graham.
Yeah, wow.
NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship. International Wrestling Association, IWA North American Heavyweight Championship 1 time. Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. He was tag team championship. Had a tag belt with Carl Fergie. Just lots.
Yeah, the
lots to
we could sit here all night.
We could sit here all night. NWA New Zealand. That was an interesting one. British Commonwealth Championship. New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame 2009.
Yes.
Class of 2009.
Our friend over there, Joe Bruin.
Right.
His lineup, if you're not friends with Joe Bruin, check out his lineup. He had some huge announcements yesterday.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm getting this whole list of accomplishments. You can go to just go to Wikipedia where I went and type in Douglas Ox Baker. They're all there.
Yeah.
Including Pro Wrestling Academy Connecticut, the Ox Baker Old School Heavyweight Championship presented to him by Joseph von Schmidt.
That's right, and that'll keep his legacy alive. And Joseph von Schmidt himself will keep Ox Baker's memory and his legacy alive by passing on what Ox taught him to fellows like my son and the youth program over at PWA. And all the guys at PWA have benefited either directly from Ox or indirectly through Pete, through Joseph von Schmidt. And it's just an amazing legacy to carry on. And Joseph von Schmidt, I know, takes it extremely seriously, and he's got the title. And that way, at least here, he'll never be forgotten.
Right, the memory of Ox Baker will live on.
Yes, yes.
And that old school title.
And the old school style of training.
Right.
Because Joseph von Schmidt, is the next generation, and he's training the generation to follow.
Right.
So.
And one day, maybe one of these youth students, these youths as we call them on this show, will be training someone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just gets passed on as each generation comes and goes.
Right. And believe me, I know tradition, and I know about passing on to the next generation, because that's a part of my duty as a parent, and I take it very seriously, and I teach my children, and then hopefully they'll teach them, and so on and so on.
Well, my name isn't Steve Williams Jr. because my father didn't want a junior.
Right.
So if I'm ever lucky enough to have little ones out there, there won't be a Jason Mitchell Williams Jr. We'll just keep it going.
Right. Right.
But I could list this. Here's an interesting one. World Championship Wrestling out of Australia, the Austro-Asian Tag Team Championship with Butcher Brannigan.
Right.
And rounding out that list, World Wrestling Council, WWC Puerto Rican Championship 1 time, and the WWC World Heavyweight Championship 1 time.
Right.
So, I mean, it just goes on and on.
Realistically, other than Vince, there wasn't a promotion out there that he did not work for.
Right.
And it was just his accomplishments, and just, he traveled the world over, and everyone, like you said, everyone worldwide knows who Ox Baker is, and unfortunately, he never had like the TV exposure of like a Hulk Hogan style figure, but those of us deep in the wrestling community
knew who he was.
Know who he is, yeah.
Right. Exactly. We have our guests here this evening, too.
Yeah, and the somber note, and let's go to a positive note.
Mm-hmm.
We have back with us our frequent guest and contributor, Aubrey St. John.
And she's brought along Nathaniel Carr.
Nathaniel Carr, PWA's latest superstar.
Exactly.
Just had his match with Bull Dread on Saturday, and you were a former referee, or are you still refereeing, or are we? You tell us what's going
on. That guy doesn't wear glasses. Clearly, Nathaniel Carr is a man who loves his glasses.
I
think that guy is known as Nick Toons. I'm Nathaniel Carr. Two different people.
I'm mistaken. My
just happens to look like you. That's all.
Yes, just a little bit.
Just a little.
But we did have an interview with you a few months back at your first match. I believe that was your first match.
That was actually my third.
Okay.
Third official match with PWA.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which was just being in that crowd, in that arena, was just mind blowing. And I was facing Damien Darko, which I took the W in that. And just you got me right after the match, and I was literally still adrenaline flowing, energy pumping.
Doubt, yeah.
I mean, down goes Ginger. I mean, I couldn't stop yelling that enough.
Yeah, it was
an
great.
Amazing experience.
Yeah, it was really a great night. Maybe I was thinking that was your first match. That was your first interview.
Yes.
That's
right.
We got an exclusive then, and we have an exclusive now. This is your first sit down.
It's my first sit down interview, and I am ecstatic.
Yeah.
I am pumped. I am energetic. I can't stop talking. I really can't stop talking. You see me. I really cannot stop talking. So I'm just going to take it back to you so I can stop talking.
No, that's great. What do you have coming up? I know Saturday, Bull Dread. You said you can still feel the chops that he gave you, no?
Yeah. I took on Connecticut's own Bull Dread.
Yeah.
I mean,
the original
beast.
The original beast.
And he lived up to his name. I mean, Bull Dread definitely taught this young rookie sensation a couple of lessons that I would not forget. My chest won't forget it from the chops, and my ribs won't forget it from the spear. So, I mean, technically my whole body is going to be thanking him for years to come down the line about how, that was hurt. But I took the L in that one, and technically it was disqualification. So I really didn't lose.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the normals coming in.
Right.
So I feel like me and Bull should maybe go round 2
Okay.
to really determine that loss. But that's up to him. I'll leave that alone. If he decides, Bull, you know the number, call me. But I digress. And then Sunday I took on the Connecticut Chief. Now,
the Connecticut Chief.
Yes. I mean, come on. I am a self-proclaimed nerd. I love everything. Movies, video games, cartoons. Don't judge me, people. I still watch cartoons.
Comic book.
Don't get me started. But we could be here all day about comic book. I mean, Secret Stash. Come on.
We're going to the Secret Stash. We're going to the Secret Stash right here,
We
baby.
could be here all day for that.
Yep.
So I took on a football player, a jock. Technically my kryptonite. I mean, let's face it. But so I took the L on that one too. But it was a good match. I enjoyed it. It was an experience, and believe you me, all learning lessons. You lose, it's not a loss, it's a learning experience. That's how I look at the L's.
Exactly.
So next time around, better times.
And what do you have coming up next?
Coming up next, I am taking on the man who calls himself the guru of fitness, or the fitness guru, or the man who eats carbs, or the man who believes in carbs, or the man who, I don't know. He calls himself something of an expert of, for body and shape, and except only shape I see him is round. I mean, pot calling the kettle black. I understand that, but frankly, it's Varsity McGaffin.
Yes,
taking them on the ETW at Bristol, Connecticut, and it's gonna be at 7 p.m. and it's this Saturday. And, you know, Rusty McGaffin wants to talk about his diet plan, how he's going to change the way we all look at things. He's tired of seeing these fat, sloppy people in the crowd, and he wants to convert all of them into being just like him, which kind of defeats the purpose since he's already fat and sloppy. I digress. I'm taking him on. It's going to be, you know, hard-hitting match.
Yeah.
I'm going to see his, what's he calls them? Somebody mentioned it early. He calls them his fitness challenge.
Yes.
Okay.
Can go against the Cardi Nation. So we'll see.
Nice.
We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna have to see this guy, Varsity McGaffin.
Yeah, we've seen him a few times at PWA events. He's been around the circuit a little bit, but that's on Vinny V's card, right?
Right.
Extremely Talented Wrestling.
Yes.
And Vinny V, of course, a friend of the show.
Oh, definitely. He's
we've
been
had
on
him
several times before.
Yeah, and definitely want to support anything he does. He's got a lot of the PWA. Do you know the card? Any of the rest of the card off the top of your head? Or shall we leave that for Aubrey? Because I think Aubrey's got it.
You got to cover it if you don't.
But I know it just as well. I don't know if you want to take this one. I feel like I've talked a lot. You know,
Go ahead, Aubrey. Load it up there.
I don't mind listening to you talk, but
All right. I don't mind keep talking. I have this thing on my voice. I think it's adorable. It's lovely. Amazing. How you doing? This face is meant for radio.
you tell yourself that?
Every day. Why not? It's the truth. But one of the matches I am excited to see, which is very interesting. You have Hollywood's favorite person in the world, Saru, going against... Come on.
Don't even get me.
You know, we found that footage, and we're going to have to run that.
But you have Saru
I don't know what he was talking about. Check, never mind.
You have Saru versus Damien Darko versus actually another rookie. Good looks, Donnie Brooks.
Yeah, he's up and coming.
Yes, as you know, he's the first man to ever give my first L in that triple threat match for the contract with PWA.
Yes.
Because of that, he has now officially earned a spot on the ETW show, Extremely Talented Wrestling, where he'll be going against Damien Darko, the purveyor of truth himself, and, you know, the Japanese primate import, Saru. You also have the newly crowned tag team champions after this Saturday.
Yes.
You know, James Barton Rigby and Troy Stevens. Baby!
Yeah, huge upset. Yeah.
The Injustice League.
The infamous
Injustice League.
Don't let them hear you say that wrong. Believe you me, I learned the hard way.
Man.
Don't miscorrect.
I was absolutely shocked to see the titles change hands on Saturday.
Well, they're actually getting their rematch at ETW. So it's Hippie Dicky Moon and Grappling Greg from Bristol, Connecticut.
Yep.
You know, Peace, Love, and Wrestling.
Peace, Love, and Wrestling.
Going for their titles again. I personally wish them luck. I'll let the infamous and Just League hear me say that. But great. But my team is Hippie Dicky Moon and Grappling Greg, Love, Peace, and Wrestling. You have, you know, another member of the infamous Injustice League, the Dictator Juan Donez, going against TKO.
Well, you know, I've been a fan for Juan Donez since the first time I saw him. I love him. I think he's the greatest heel in wrestling, bar none. I mean, TNA, WWE, they got nothing on Dictator Donez.
Donez.
I think he's fabulous.
Character, he would be great in the main leagues.
Oh, I think he's awesome. I really, you know, he's totally convincing. He comes out and he just, you know, insults the crowd and really just gets people. Gets their blood boiling, and he does a great job.
Hey, John, let me see if I get this right now.
Okay.
We have a call. You're live on the Squared Circle.
Hey guys, it's Bill from North Haven. How are you?
Hey, we're wonderful. How are you?
Wonderful. I didn't hang up on you, Bill. This is great.
I also see you like a professional there, Jay. You could work the phone on the first try. That's really good.
That's amazing.
Next thing you know, you'll have Saru in there helping you.
I don't know where Saru is, and he's not here, and that's fine.
I'm still trying to burn the image out of my eyes from Saru jumping on your back on Saturday.
Yeah.
I was standing there minding my own business, and what does he do? He just comes up.
You know, I always knew you had the monkey on your back, but that's another story.
Yeah. Hey, first of all, I just wanted to say I was, you know, saddened by the news that Ox Baker had passed.
Yeah.
You know, just a legend you know, in this business. You know, I know you guys have spent a lot of time with him and done some interviews.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
on a number of
definitely.
occasions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I met him very briefly at the anniversary show for TWA.
Yep.
Just seemed like a very nice man, and you know, if you haven't got a chance to watch it, you got to go on YouTube.
Yes. Yes.
Just absolutely, like, you know, I think that's just a little microcosm of who he was. Just a big, you know, tough guy, but just a really nice, gentle giant.
Yep.
That's what we all take away from people that didn't know him, take away from him. So, again, very sad to hear that he passed. So, again, TWA.
Yeah, very, very huge loss. We're losing your reception. I don't know if that's your phone or ours, Bill. But we're going to have to let you go.
Thank you.
All right. I appreciate you calling, and we'll talk to you next week.
Definitely.
Little technical difficulty there. I don't know if it was on our end or his end or
I think
what have you.
it sounded like it might have been on his end.
Yeah, but you finally got the phone right, and
I know,
you still-
really. I finally get the phone right, and then the phone doesn't work.
Yeah, but we had the pleasure of seeing Bill from North Haven on Saturday, and spending some time with him at the event, and he's become a really good friend of the show.
Yes.
And becoming a personal friend as well.
Oh, I know.
And he's just a really good guy. We got to meet his daughter, and she had no interest in wrestling whatsoever, but she was a good sport.
Right.
And came with Dad and watched the watched the event. So it was really good to see him, and we really appreciate Bill from North Haven calling in every week.
Oh, absolutely. Our fan base. We have our fan base out there.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. And we
That
have
was-
Nathaniel Carr here with us.
And yeah,
And we were talking about Vinny V for this Saturday.
that's correct.
Right.
Oh, Aubrey, who else is on that card?
Former TNA superstar Jesse Neal is on it. I haven't actually heard anything about him in a long time, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first. I know he's been doing the thing on the indies a lot lately since release from TNA. He's doing amazing, from what I hear. And now he's coming back and doing ETW, which is going to be a great opportunity to meet him for the first time.
Yeah.
As now officially a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very nice. And also another guy that is I enjoy his work. Dave Cole is actually going for the ETW heavyweight title.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we also have two guys who used to be in back when WWE had Eminem. You guys remember Eminem with
Yes.
Melina,
Yep.
Nitro, and
Joey Mercury.
Mercury.
Yep.
They had this like group called I don't remember what the name was, but Vic Delicious and I think Hale Collins is the name, and another girl. I don't remember who the girl was, but they used to have like the little indie version of Eminem. But they're gonna be there. I guess they're separate now, and without the girl though.
Oh,
Well, the girl. Okay.
Nice, nice.
There's actually also going to be a women's wrestling match at this show, which I think is very interesting. If I can remember the names, I think it might be up there.
No, unfortunately, there's not much info. So whoever did this flyer didn't really put any much info.
Yes.
Okay.
But is there an event on Facebook we can
Yes,
check out?
there's an event on Facebook.
Okay.
If you follow Nathaniel Carr, just feel free to add me on Facebook, please. I want to. No, seriously, add me on Facebook. I need the friends. I'm so lonely. But I digress. If you add, a lot of us also promoting it on our Facebooks. I mean, PWA has officially put their announcement out there about the event. Donnie Brooks, who can't stop talking about himself enough
Yes.
since his victory, has been mentioning it all day long. Saru, which I don't speak Japanese, so I'm not sure what he's saying. But I
He
think
speaks
he's
monkey.
I think he mentioned it. I don't recognize so I don't know
Me
what he's
neither.
saying. But I'm assuming he's promoting it too. Damien Darko, sadly enough, that man cannot stop talking about politics, which just makes me go to sleep. But I'm assuming he's talking about it. And a lot of the other PWA stars have been mentioning it, putting it out there. So we're hoping to get everybody out there to support ETWE and the show for this weekend.
Yeah, I'll post a link on my Facebook. So if you guys are interested in seeing everyone there, so.
Yes.
I'll be in attendance.
And I just want to make a side note now, like Saru, the monkey.
Yep.
I like him. Every time I see him, I think about that video, the music video with the monkeys.
Oh yes, Lazy Sunday.
I don't remember.
I don't
it was
know
like
that.
a couple years
Yes.
ago. I was seeing.
Bruno Mars.
Oh.
No,
okay.
not that one. I'm talking about like
That's the only monkey one I know.
the Wait, I don't want to say it on the thing. Remember the video that was like something about you and me are not but mammals, but we can.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I just.
Think that was called Bad Touch, and that's just a weird video to reference. Does she have a face?
Yeah, I remember that song.
Yes.
That's going back a few years.
That's going back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
gonna.
out of touch on that one.
I'm not
Yes.
gonna. I'm not gonna.
I'm going to try this
Ironically
again.
enough.
Yeah.
Got another call here.
Okay, hold on.
You are live on the Squared Circle.
Hi, I was just wondering what your favorite type of match is.
What
What
my
our favorite type of match? I like to see a good technical match where two, veteran workers take their time and tell a story, and they don't rush it, and it's not just high spot, high spot, high spot. I would have probably like old school, I guess.
Yeah, I would have to go with that too. Like, I saw something on the network the other night, one of the Clash of the Champions, and Ric Flair and Scott Steiner went about 35 minutes, no problem,
Yep.
to a time limit draw.
Yeah, I mean that's what I grew up with.
Right.
But I mean, and the table ladders and chairs are fun and stuff, but it's more like a gimmick, and than people actually working. But that's my opinion. What about our guests? Favorite kind of match?
Would you like to take this one first?
Go ahead.
Well, I like TLC matches. I mean, I like to see people push the limits.
Yeah.
I don't really like honestly what you're saying, but I don't want nothing safe either. I wanna push the limits.
Big Foley.
Yeah.
Well, you're also friends with Devon, so
Yeah, of
get
course.
the table.
Who's not
Right,
following
get
that
the
on
table.
TNA?
Right.
Me personally, I am just an old school WCW cruiserweight luchador, high flying.
There you go. Rey Mysterio, Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, who's one of my idols.
Yeah.
Huberto Guerrero, Conan. I mean, I could go list is on and on and on. I mean, those guys can move in that ring, can capture your imagination. They made me fall in love with this business because they gave me something that I think the technical matches, no disrespect to them, didn't do when I was younger. And that was suspend belief and make me believe I can fly. I mean, I'm not pulling R. Kelly here, but they flew around that ring, and it was amazing. And they just hit each other, they attacked each other, and they just flew. They was like superheroes to me, and that's,
I kind of missed the bra and panties match WWE used to have just because it was funny.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was funny.
It was entertaining. Of course, we all love to see the ladies, but I believe our caller.
I think you might not be there anymore.
Yeah.
but
Well, I think we answered this question, so.
Right. Thank you very much
Yeah.
for the question.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, honestly, the state of the car, I would have to agree with you that the high flyers are, they are entertaining, and they are fun to watch. I mean, it's all part of the show, and they put on a good match, and I think a good balance is, you have two technical wrestlers in there, and then you have the high flyers doing something different, so that it's not all one style. Because if everyone came out and did the TLC, or everyone came out and did the high flying, you'd get bored of it. So you had the masters of each style, which make up a whole show. So I think everybody's right.
Everybody's right in that sense. Of course, one of my favorite cruiserweights of all time in Japan, Jushin Liger. Jushin Thunder Liger.
Does anyone remember Tiger Mask?
yes.
Yes. Tiger Mask was just absolutely amazing. He would jump through the top and middle rope and grab on and slingshot himself back into the ring, like a bow and arrow. His feet would be all the way out, almost into the crowd, and he'd be hanging onto the ropes, and it would just slingshot him back into his opponent. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone come close to doing that.
Tiger Mask was definitely a different breed of wrestler. I mean,
Yeah.
he inspired without without Tiger Mask, there is no X Division. Let's just be honest about that.
Yeah.
This whole generation of wrestlers that came out, the AJ Styles, the Low Keys, the Samoa Joes, you name them.
Without a doubt.
Without Tiger Mask.
Yep.
And he was doing it, what, 20? I don't want to, I'm not sure. I want to say maybe 20 years before they were doing it?
Yeah, I want to say it was
late
the 80s.
early
it was
90s.
the 80s.
Yeah.
It was before
he
the
was
Hogan
doing that
era.
before anyone
I'm
was doing
talking, I was a kid going to New Haven Coliseum and seeing Tiger Mask.
So he was doing it before anyone else. And I mean, without him, I mean, just the new breed did not exist.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the original Sin Cara came out and did some of that.
Right.
You know, not the current Sin Cara, but you know the actual Mexican Sin Cara came out and he was doing some of that. And you know, it at the time especially, we weren't exposed to the luchador style, and not a whole lot of the guys from Japan came over. I remember the girls, Jumping Bomb Angels.
Right.
Right. You remember them? They came over and were doing some of the high flying moves and that we hadn't seen before, and it was totally new and different. And they were bringing the Japanese style, and Tiger Mask was bringing the luchador style, which at the time, you know, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have 8 zillion cable stations.
Absolutely not.
So all we had was, you know, WWE, little NWA, you know, and you know, not even WCW. It was before those days.
It was before it was WCW.
Yeah.
You're going back mid-'80s.
Yeah. So, and like today, you know, we're spoiled. We can go on YouTube and look up, you know, luchadors and sit there all day and watch it. And then you'll
Right,
you know,
exactly.
New Japan. And
Back
sit there
then,
all
they
day and
didn't have
watch it.
YouTube. Back then, if you weren't home, you didn't see it unless you put a tape in the VCR and you had to record it.
Right.
Right.
We're aging ourselves, right?
Right, I know.
But,
Or Betamax.
yep.
But I really take it back.
Still got it. Still got the Betamax. Still got Laserdisc.
The record player, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. The giant
record for no
disc.
reason.
Oh, yeah.
The only way, mind you, right? I'm going to geek out with Nathaniel Carr.
Oh, let's go.
The only way to watch the original Star Wars digitally is on Laserdisc.
Pre-changes.
Yes.
Nothing. Not even the VHSs nowadays. You can't find the originals anymore.
Right.
So the only
Digitally,
way
I'm saying. Digital.
Yeah. The way to find it well done, original from the movie screens, is literally Laserdisc.
I got it.
Jealous.
Wow.
I don't even know what that is.
We'll have to arrange a screening. But anyway, getting back to the world of wrestling.
Getting back to the world of wrestling. Never mind the record player, the vinyl.
Hey, we're going to go to Secret Stash. my pals here. As you saw on my page, right? You must have seen me.
Yes.
Oh. Ming and I had a wonderful geek out moment over G.I. Joe and Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember? Now, do you know Sergeant Slaughter was in G.I. Joe?
I think so.
Oh,
It was awesome.
yeah. Go Joe. Oh. So there's a little.
I remember the Hulk Hogan cartoon back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Captain Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are kind of. The animation was really poor, and the stories were really poor.
Now you got Slam City where the stories are still kind of poor.
Oh, it's amusing though.
They just signed a deal with Nickelodeon to show those.
They did.
Oh, really?
They did.
Oh, there's an
starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really? Wow.
Right.
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon will be
WWE.
carrying Slam City, so you get to see John Cena as an auto mechanic.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he is a giant tool.
Hey.
Wow. Oh, that was good. Very
Whoa.
fast. Very fast.
Bad Aubrey.
You just
I
called.
think we're
Never mind.
we're gonna have our own match right now.
Wow. Is that a challenge?
Actually, I have a clip, and we're gonna show it in a minute, where he like throws me
Wait,
against
why
the
clip?
glass. I'm
No,
kidding.
it's-
No, actually,
information.
no, actually, I do have a video, and it's evidence, but I won't show it because I didn't have my hair done. He actually picked me, like we were wrestling on the floor, and he actually picked me up and threw me, and I fell against the glass door, and I just a pat, and everyone thought I was like gone, and I just woke up. I was like, I'm okay.
Well, I mean,
That is actually a true story.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
also timing. Also, this is about 6 years ago.
Yeah,
You
I don't want to get you in
thought
trouble
about
with
entering in a ring
PWA.
or in the business.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it was all in good fun.
it was all
It
a good
was.
fun.
Okay.
yeah.
It was all a
Well,
good
we
fun.
don't,
It's
we're,
like,
not
oh, look what I can
gonna
do.
go, we're not going to have a Ray Rice moment. And we're going to have some,
There's no
congressional
elevator
hearing.
here. There's
Right,
no elevator
right. We're
here.
going to have a congressional hearing, and Roger Goodell's not going to come down and get
Yes.
rid of you. And And,
I'll be suspended indefinitely.
Right, and your career is over before
We
it
don't
even
want
starts.
that.
Right? So maybe we won't show that video.
Yeah, because WWE has a new domestic policy thing, rule, if you want to say.
A new one.
Yeah.
How they didn't have one after Benoit, I don't know.
Yeah, they have, let's see, domestic abuse policy. Stephanie McMahon was talking about at the Yahoo Sports. I guess if arrested, a superstar will be immediately suspended, and if convicted of such crime, you are hereby terminated.
Wow.
That makes sense.
Wow.
Just common sense.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Ugh.
No domestic abuse.
Unless in ring.
Yeah.
Well, they don't
Ironically
really
enough.
do much of the mixed tag anymore.
No.
Oh, that's true.
It's very rare. I used to like that actually.
I saw something like that over the weekend with Velvet Sky at the Northeast Wrestling.
No, I'm talking about like when the China and
Jericho or Jeff Jarrett or Beth Phoenix was also doing it
Beth
for a while.
Phoenix,
also.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had plans for Karma at the
Yeah.
time to be doing
Yeah.
something like that. She entered the Rumble.
Yeah.
I think
I
she's
remember
the third
that.
woman to ever enter the Rumble. It
Right.
was originally China, then Beth Phoenix, then
Yeah.
Karma.
remember Jacqueline when she got the hardcore belt? Was it?
Yes, Jacqueline also became a hardcore champion, which I think is the only woman, no, the second woman to ever hold a non-woman title
Yeah.
in WWE. China being the first, which is Intercontinental.
Right.
Yeah.
We've seen Mae Young get put through the table by
Oh yeah.
Dudley
by
Boys.
Dudley Boys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
think the
always
greatest,
a
the
great
greatest story I
clip.
ever heard about Mae Young was just that whole table thing. She was like, "Oh, I loved it. Loved every second of it. The boys picked me up, threw me through the table. I've never seen a woman so excited about getting put through a table in my life." But you hear her talk about that interview, and it's like she just like excited. She's like, "Oh yeah, the table thing it was amazing. They picked me up, they put me down. It was awesome. I loved every second of it. Thank you. Oh yeah, do it again to me anytime you want." I was like, that woman was just, and that was like in
Just
which
cut
she
right to
was
the chase.
This guy does impressions. I mean, like
I know.
So multi-talented.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have a rap album coming out or what?
No. I'll say that for Wiz Khalifa and John Cena.
Okay.
They can have the rap world. I'll stick to what I'm good at. Apparently, they don't stick to what they're good at either. But still, I
No.
Well,
digress.
I assume because of the Run DMC shirt. I didn't.
Oh, Run DM. Oh, well, I'm an '80s baby, man. I love the '80s.
Yeah.
Everything that was ever good in this world came from the '80s. You know, Nathaniel Carr being the prime example of it. So I mean, New Kids
Wow.
on the Block. Yes, 1988.
New Kids on the Block, really?
Yes. Well, that was from the '80s. I mean,
Was from the
Goonies, Bus Boys,
Gremlins,
Ghostbusters.
Gremlins, the first WrestleMania,
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Ric Flair's first title reign.
Wow.
Name something bad from the '80s. All right, zebra pants.
Hairstyles.
Zebra pants. Hairstyles. All right. Besides that. But anything good in wrestling started in the '80s. So
Hulkamania.
Hulkamania started in the '80s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The body slam of Andre the Giant.
80s.
'80s.
Yeah. Princess Bride. Yeah.
Yes. As
Princess
you
Bride.
wish.
Inconceivable.
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 Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Yes.
Definitely.
Spaceballs.
Definitely Spaceballs. I'll have to.
Speed.
Ludicrous speed.
Just strap yourself in. We're going ludicrous speed.
You're always preparing. Buckle this. Anyway, we can go on and on.
We
about
could
the
go
80s.
on and
I love
on
the
and
80s.
on.
Sounds like we're on VH1 now.
The
I love the
Cosby Show.
80s.
I
Yeah,
love
Cosby Show.
80s.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All the great sitcoms.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this is
Good times,
2014.
Good times.
This is 2014 now.
Yeah. Imagine
Ugh.
that.
We've
Imagine-
gone through the 90s, we've gone through the first part of this century, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Time just flies by.
Well, we're talking about Ox Baker. He was 80 years old. Can you imagine, the range of things that he has, lived through? We're talking about television shows. There was no TV. I mean, he
Can you
remembers a
imagine
day
it?
when there was no TV. And the video games. It was Pong, back in.
That wasn't even
You know.
Pong.
Right.
No microwave.
Yeah.
Can you imagine sitting in your living room, right, and there's a big radio where the TV usually is?
I think I would rather have that because I'm more of a music fan than anything else. to be
That's
honest
all
with
they
you.
had
Yeah.
at one point.
Mm-hmm.
The War of the Worlds in 1939.
H.G. Wells.
And everybody was listening to it.
Yep.
Because you couldn't see it because there was no television.
Orson Welles, yep.
Right. And everybody believed that
Yeah, great stuff.
we were going to be attacked by Mars.
Yeah. I think we were.
Maybe we were.
I think we were.
But Nathaniel Carr, where do you see yourself going in PWA? Or in the world of wrestling? Because it's 2014. Where do you see yourself in like 2024?
2014, where does that 80s baby see himself? Well, honestly, speaking of everything we spoke of, the one thing, my goal for before the next anniversary show, I want to say, so within this physical year of PWA, I want to capture that television title. I mean, I think it belongs to no one right now, but it has a name on it. What's the show that it's also a part of?
I think it would be this show.
It would be this show.
That is correct. Oh my goodness, Square Circle.
The Squared Circle television title.
PWA Squared Circle television title.
Exactly.
Mind blown.
And who better to have it
than the Squared Circle, the award-winning Squared Circle.
Well, as it stands right now, Lucas Sharp will face Troy Stevens to be the first ever television title champion in PWA Squared Circle history.
Troy Stevens.
Troy Stevens and Lucas Sharp.
Lucas Sharp, Mr. 203.
We haven't gotten a date for that yet, but we will have it relatively soon, and we will crown.
I think either one is going to make a great, excellent
champion. Well,
champion.
Tom and I were pulling for Saru. Tom is on assignment, by the way. Tom and I were pulling for Saru. Obviously, that's not going to happen.
No.
We'll have
and don't look at me like that, because I'm telling you right now, I did not have anything.
I've seen the video.
To do.
Well, we're going to roll that Fabulous Bean footage, and you're going to be exposed for the cheat that you are.
The cheat that
at any rate, we're going to save that for another day.
We're going to have Troy Stevens or Lucas Sharp.
Right. That's the important part.
And either one is best for business.
Yes.
Because a man and a monkey, a zoo animal with a television, wearing a television title. I mean, what does that say about our show? If this man is wearing a monkey,
man wasn't like that whole revolution. Was a man like a monkey first?
Right.
Why can't I go back to monkey?
And we all love a little tail. Yeah.
How do we market ourselves with a monkey?
I'm a fan of Saru. His in-ring work is unquestionably entertaining and exciting. He's over with the fans and he's over with the staff here. I like Saru.
You could be over with the fans, but I mean
we're going to have to call PETA and the actual WWF now, the World Wildlife Foundation, and have somebody come and talk to you and program you properly.
I don't know. Well, we got another call.
Excellent.
I'm getting really good at this. You're live on the Squared Circle.
Hi, thanks for having me. I just had a question for you guys. I was wondering what your favorite finishing move is of all time in the WWE.
Oh.
All right, we'll go over that.
We'll go over that. In the WWE, there are so many. I'm going to think about this one for a minute, and I'll go right to Nathaniel Carr with that one.
Honestly, my favorite move of all time, and I'm going to get so much slack for this, and I'm sorry. Everyone will say the sweet chin music. That's not me. The RKO, a.k.a. the Diamond Cutter, a.k.a. the Ace Crusher, is literally the greatest move in WWE. It can be cut out of nowhere. The guy can be getting beat up and losing, and still, if he snaps on the RKO, it's done. There's no getting up from that. There's no moving. He has caught that move 7 or 8 different ways that no one expected ever to see it be hit from. I mean, just, you can't deny the RKO. I mean, try to top the RKO. What are you gonna say? The last ride? Boo. The attitude adjustment? He needs an attitude adjustment. I mean, the spear. Seriously, the spear has been overused by everybody in this industry so enough times that it's not even scary anymore. The RKO, though, hands down best move. Hands down favorite move. Hands down, if I could have stolen it and make it look good, I would. That's how much I like it. But I'll leave the Randy Orton for now because that move is amazing.
Aubrey?
I was gonna say the last ride. I mean, I like the Undertaker. But I will say the Stone Cold Stunner, just because he was very. I like the finger gesture. But if I had to take a finisher for me to do, I would do the face buster.
Okay. You want me to go?
You go.
You know, I was going to say Goldberg's spear because Goldberg didn't know how to do very much, but man, did he sell that and made it look really freaking vicious. Like, you know, I mean, Edge did it very well, and you know, there's a number of people that use the spear. But I'll tell you, if anybody, I did not want to take a spear from Goldberg because he, you know, I mean, his football background, you know, he really put everything he had into that, and it was like a freaking train wreck, you know, just train just coming right at you, Mack truck just smacking you.
Really, Big Show is not a little scarier?
I don't think so. I just think Goldberg just put so much behind it, you know, just not just physicality but attitude as well. But that's only my opinion.
Okay, well, how did a man become the man 16 times? The figure 4 leg lock. Woo! Ric Flair.
Yeah.
4 horsemen.
It's all subjective, but yeah.
That's it.
Figure
He
4
gets,
leg
he
lock,
gets you in
4
that
horsemen.
thing, and you're not walking for a while.
Okay.
You're not walking for the rest of the match. That's for sure, because the match is going to be over.
Well, the match is over, right? Right. But I mean, there's so many great.
Yeah, there are
moves,
so
but,
many great.
That's a good question.
That's another great question.
Yeah, and it leads to a long conversation we can have.
Definitely.
But again, you know, go on our Facebook page and put your responses to the best finishing move, and
definitely.
So we'll see the conversation out there.
I know. Get involved.
So Aubrey's got some upcoming events before we forget.
Yes.
What do we got going on?
Well, besides that one here already helped cover.
Yeah.
I have the event that I'm going to be doing this upcoming Sunday. If you want to get tickets, the flyer and the event will be on my Facebook after the show. It's for the Make-A-Wish.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be a lore. They had a song called All Cried Out. They're going to be performing that song there.
Oh, right.
Yeah. There's going to be Joe and Sally from, I heard they're from one of those Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
That's out of my
And there's going to be a couple other people, but I'm also going to be there so you can see me, take pictures with me. And it's all for a good cause. It's, you know, it's going to be a great event, and then after the after party, I'll be hosting the after party, so come dance with me, get your party on.
Aubrey's got the wildest parties, folks.
So are you granting people's wishes?
Hopefully, right?
Well,
I mean,
you granted our wish. You came on the show.
Right.
Yeah, they asked for me to be on it, so I guess somebody wants to meet me, right?
Nice.
I think it's awesome. And then I have an upcoming event with in New London with the Transgender Nation, which has Nyla Rose and Roxy. Also scheduled to appear at Carville, Grey Wolf, and Rescue 911 among NTKO among others. And this is gonna be in London.
Yeah.
Rescue 911. I remember him.
Yeah, he actually was my co-host from that other show.
I remember him from that other show.
What other show? There's another show.
There's another show.
Speaking of other shows, right? Thursday, starting this Thursday and running through the weekend, right here at Bridgeport's Harbor Yard, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Really?
Yeah, they just pulled into town. I saw the trains over here in the train yard.
The greatest show on earth.
Off the highway here in North Haven. They parked the circus trains there. They pulled into Bridgeport earlier today. So the elephants and the lions and tigers and probably some monkeys are in town. And you can go see, starting Thursday at Bridgeport's Harbor Yard, the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Well, perhaps Saru should join the circus.
And you know what? I bet you can see Saru in the center ring of Barnum and Bailey Circus.
I bet you could.
because it is a three-ring circus.
It's a three-ring circus.
Yeah, obviously Barnum and Bailey goes all the way back to P.T. Barnum here in Connecticut. We have the Barnum Museum right there in Bridgeport, and coming back home to where it all started. P.T. Barnum, Connecticut favorite. Ox Baker, Connecticut favorite.
I know.
Brings us around 360.
360. Squared circle.
Yep.
Nathaniel Carr.
360. Center ring.
Center ring. That's the middle
Of
the
arena
of the circus.
Of the circus. That's
right.
correct.
That's the technical term.
That's correct.
And you look it up on Wikipedia, that's
Right.
what it's going to tell you.
Yeah, and the Normals on Saturday. I love their music. How did that music go?
Normals scare me, so I try to avoid not paying attention to anything they
And
say.
there's another group in TNA called the Menagerie, right?
And they use that music as well.
And they use a variation of that music.
Yeah,
A little more hip.
And I remember Kazarni. Remember Kazarni?
Right.
I thought he was going to take off. He's actually in a circus sideshow now.
Right.
Some great stuff.
Doink the Clown, nobody can forget him.
Right. Mm-hmm. Of
Nightmares.
Nightmares of Doink.
I have a fear of clowns. That's why I avoid the Normals like to play whenever they're out there. I don't. Have you ever seen Nathaniel Carr in a match with the Normals? No, you never will because clowns. Ugh. Any clown.
I think it gave everybody a bad example. All the rest of those clowns.
No, Doink did.
Killer clowns from outer, there's killer clowns from outer space.
Killer clowns from outer space.
Right.
Me, it's Ronald McDonald, personally.
Which was the one that?
Bundy.
Yeah. Which was the other one? Oh,
What's that from?
the clown that Bobcat Goldthwait played. He played like a sadistic clown as well. Yeah, Shakes the Clown. That was it.
Shakes?
Yeah, Shakes the Clown. Bobcat Goldthwait.
The clown named Shakes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Krusty.
Oh.
Krusty's got to be the worst.
Oh, I love Krusty.
Hey.
Hey.
Dude.
And his father's a rabbi. How can you not love that?
Yeah, every time I see him, I say, oy vey.
Gotta love it. But yeah, that is right here, in Connecticut, P.T. Barnum started it all.
Right.
There's a sucker born every minute.
Mm-hmm.
And P.T. Barnum was glad to take their money.
Was he ever?
Yeah. So you can go down to Bridgeport starting this Thursday. Ironically enough, on Thursday night, there's going to be a circus in Bridgeport.
I thought they were you. Never mind. Anyway.
I'm just stating the facts, my friend. I'm here to report.
Exactly. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We're journalists. We report on things on the news.
Literally right up the street, you can see the circus cars are parked in the train yard.
Right.
Right behind, I believe that's PC Richards now?
Home Depot.
Home Depot. I'm sorry, yeah, behind the Home Depot.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't venture out that far.
Yeah. Well, that's where the train yard is, and they're parked right there.
So, any final thoughts? We got the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view coming up within the last 5 minutes here. I don't have any worst of the week or anything, so.
I'm not looking forward to Hell in a Cell. I think it's going to be boring and.
Now
boring
let's
and
see.
boring.
Let's see if they're telling the truth or not, because apparently this is the end of the John Cena Randy Orton rivalry.
Oh, yeah. I'll say oh, to that.
So that means they're never going to wrestle each other again.
Oh, we can only hope.
For some reason, I can't
And
see
wrestling,
that.
never say never.
Yeah.
I can't see them never wrestling again.
You do remember John Cena versus The Rock. One time only.
Yeah.
Repeated twice.
Right.
Right.
So, like I said,
Right.
never say never.
Right.
One time only. It'll never happen again. What happened the following year? John Cena versus The Rock. Right.
Once in a lifetime, done twice.
Right.
Nathaniel Carr, any thoughts on 2K15?
Oh, everything. It's just, Nathaniel Carr was created because of WWE video games. I would create a character, and somehow I came up with this every time.
There we
So
Yeah,
I
believe
can't
that's
wait.
next week.
I have it pre-ordered. I'm not gonna lie. I pre-ordered, waiting for me at GameStop. Just sitting there waiting for me to pick it up on my PlayStation 3. So
How did I guess?
And you get to use Sting as a character, huh? I understand.
yay! Wait, are we talking, Surfer Sting, or are we talking Dark Sting? Are we talking red face paint Sting, or are we talking, We're not going to talk about
Well, I'm
that.
talking.
There's so many variations.
I'm
of
talking.
Sting.
WWE has Sting shirts in Walmart now. I saw them the other day. Didn't have my size because I'm a fat bastard. But sorry.
I'll have to go buy a Sting shirt.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Definitely. But how much time we have left?
We got a little less than 3 minutes to go.
We want to thank our sincerest thanks to PWA for
Right.
allowing us to have an exclusive with Nathaniel Carr. And of course, as always, our lovely friend of the show,
Definitely.
correspondent, just all around.
Aubrey,
does
it's always a
everything
pleasure
for us.
having you here.
Thank you guys. I always enjoy coming.
Thank
Definitely.
you. And she's always welcome, of course. And
We have footage from PWA's card last Saturday, but we'll have to get to it next week.
yeah,
because-
we kind of got
Right.
all over.
Sidetracked.
Oh, it was great. We had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And as always, the award-winning Squared Circle.
Plus, we had an interview with Northeast Wrestling, myself.
Yes.
Right.
And
Right.
I've got some footage. We found some footage.
Listen, about that, I mean, you gotta understand something. It's not the way it sounds. It really isn't. It sounds like they'll see the footage and you just, I want the viewers to judge for themselves, okay? I'm telling you, it's not how it sounded.
Right.
It's not.
Peter.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
I would never be a part to anything like that. I'm a changed man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't go around paying people to beat people up for me or anything like that.
We leave that to others. But as always, we're working hard.
So others do not have to.
You bet your life.
Bet your life. But thank you once again, Mr. Nathaniel Carr. We will see you this Saturday at ETW,
Yep.
Bristol Boys and Girls Club. Be
Bristol
there.
Boys and Girls Club. Extremely talented wrestling.
That's right.
Definitely.
And of course, right behind us all night long, looking
Right.
over our shoulders for the rest of eternity.
Exactly.
Mr. Oxbaker.
Ox Baker, my friend, we're going to miss you.
And I think we'll have to cut to that card, and that'll be our show.
That's it. Good night and good luck, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.